Hi there, it's Metaverse Zing. Welcome back to the channel. I've been meaning to do a video on top Upland players in different genres for quite some time now. Thanks to Upland Optimizer, that's very much possible now. All you have to do is go to uplandoptimizer.com. It's this one. Go to data and click leaderboards and you'll see player-wise stats. And it's not just the player-wise ranking. You can also see stats for a particular neighborhood, city, street, and even collection. For example, right now I'm looking at neighborhood-wise ranking in Chicago and I'm sorting the results by building completion. And I see that our node Boys Town is ranking third in the list at 22.5% completion. Although this number will probably increase to 30% in the next 2 weeks or so. Anyway, leading the city is Greektown at 81.25% completion. And then we've also got some of the popular neighborhoods like Old Town, Portage Park, maybe O'Hare as well. So yes, that's another use case. Anyway, back to the player-wise ranking. All you have to do is go to Upland Optimizer, click data, and then leaderboards. Here you'll see all kinds of interesting stats. For example, Spark, NFLPA Legit fan points, spent USD, net USD, USD Sales, UPX Sales, monthly earnings, etc. etc. We'll cover a few important ones and the rest you can do by yourself. Because we're going to talk about Spark first, what I'll do is I'll select Spark from the list and then I'll hit Get Leaderboard. Do not waste any time. I've already loaded the results for most of the important stats. We'll just go through them one by one. Here's the Spark ranking. You won't be surprised to see Abdullah86 SA at the top. What you'll be surprised about is that he owns 330 Spark. That means he can build 11 apartments in 8 days all by himself. You know, if I assume the worth of one Spark to be $460, it's roughly $150,000 worth of Spark that Abdullah owns. Even if I assume that the value of Spark has decreased by say 50% because the rates have almost halved from 40 UPX per hour to 18 or 19 UPX per hour now, then in that case it's still $75,000 worth of Spark. And with more use cases coming into the picture, it'll probably increase. So I'll say anywhere between $100,000 to $120,000 is a good bet. The next on the list is MV Motors. That's the official MV Motor account that owns the car manufacturing factory within Upland in Santa Clara. Next one is Acero and they have 53 Spark. So you know, 330 Spark owned by Abdullah versus 66 by MV Motors, 53 by Acero. So probably we'll have to combine all of them to really get to where Abdullah is right now. Let's look at the top 100 results. You'll probably know a few names. For example, Busterworth, Vegas, Team Sleep, TM, VTH, Oki. Anyway, I'm just gonna scroll down. The 100th rank in the list is RD Pfeiffer. I know them, they have 2 Boys Town properties, so I'm very happy about that. The point is that the top 100 users have more than 14.75 Spark. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much you gotta do to get there. Next thing, you can load more results by turning pages from the bottom right corner from here, or you can search for a particular user by their username. For example, I'm gonna search for my name, and even though I'm not in the top 100 results, I can quickly see where I stand. So here I go, and I have 5.92 Spark, which is correct, and my ranking is 1756. So there are a lot of people ahead of me and it's a long way to go. Similarly, you can search for anybody by their username. Let's look up a few popular folks to see how they're doing. For example, I'm going to search for Mossy Jake. He's the founder of UPX Spark Exchange, a platform where you can rent out your Spark or you can rent Spark from others. He owns 22 Spark and his rank is 41, so going well. Let's also look up Radishhead. Radishhead is the YouTube creator for Upland analysis. Very good content, so love that. He has 5.28 Spark and his rank is 1893. So I think he's not really actively doing treasure hunting right now because probably he's busy with other things. He has a YouTube channel to maintain. He's also looking after the Holliswood node and busy with this Upland server as well. So kind of busy. Let's look up Loyal Doyle. Loyal Doyle again has a YouTube channel. He was the winner of the Broadcaster of the Year award in this Genesis Week event. So he also has some amazing content. If you haven't looked him up yet, please do. Although I believe anybody who's watching my videos probably already knows him, so that's there. He has 15 Spark and his rank is 94. So again, doing well. Probably a mix of treasure hunting and maybe buying up a lot of Spark. Let's also check out Masira. He was the Player of the Year, Upland Player of the Year this year. And his rank is 300 and he owns 8.52 Spark. Yeah, so that's how you do it. Speaking of this, I also wanted to highlight Loki Moody. You might know him as Ice Lord. He's recently started and he's already got 3.34 Spark. And from what I've understood, most of it is purely from treasure hunting. I think he's getting about zero point 0.2 Spark per week, which is really good. So, if you want to get into the top 100 or if you want to increase your Spark, just keep grinding and you'll eventually get there. So this is a very good example. I think he's probably seriously hunting for like three months now, and 3.34 Spark is pretty good in those 3 months. Just like this, you can search for other interesting stats as well. Right now we're looking at USD sales in the last 1 year. So what it means is anybody who has sold their property for USD and what the amount was. It doesn't mean that they have cashed out the USD into their PayPal account or like their bank accounts. What it means is that's the total sale they've done. They might have reinvested the money back into Upland. We do not know, although we have a way to know. I'll come back to that. Anyway, let's see the results. The famous Octavius tops the chart with a whopping $133,000 worth of sale in the last 1 year. The next on the list is Tolga with $95,000, MetaBuilds $47,000, DJ Shots $46,000, and the list goes on. Again, like I've already said, it doesn't mean that the players have cashed out this much money into their bank accounts. What it means is they've sold properties for this much USD in the last 1 year. And the idea of this discussion is to make you understand what the potential of Upland is if you take it very seriously. If you invest in the right properties and sell them on time, you can also make good money in Upland. For example, there are 16 people who have made more than $30,000 from these sales, and there are more than 100 users who have made more than $11,000. So this is the potential we're talking about. Again, you can search for a particular user. All you have to do is enter their username in this search and you'll get the result. For example, I'm going to search for my name, and it says that my rank is 615 and I've sold properties worth $2,200. Not very proud of that, not a lot, but yes, I did sell a few. Although I've invested a lot of it back into Upland, so that doesn't really get considered here. Let's check out a few popular folks again, starting with Loyal Doyle. So Loyal Doyle has sold properties worth $18,000 in the last 1 year. I think in one of his recent videos he had mentioned he had cashed out about $14,000 from Upland. So I guess he probably invested $4,000 or so back into Upland. So yeah, fun stat. Let's look at Radishhead as well. Radishhead has sold properties worth $1,100. Not a lot, but I think his objective is to grow his value within Upland, so not really cashing out. Let's also look at Masira, the player of the year, and his sold properties worth $6,000, so going well. Then let's check out maybe Blue Rain. I guess Blue Rain, yeah. Blue Rain is basically Zarina's guide. She also has a YouTube channel and she has sold properties worth $217. Let's also check out MC Halley. MC Halley is in the leadership team of Century Citizens and he has sold properties worth $4,800. Pretty good. And lastly, let's also look at Minhaj Nasir. He's another YouTuber from India and he has sold properties worth $1,500, and I think that's primarily from the airport sale that he had done. Actually, the airport sale was supposed to be $3,500, so probably he sold his terminals and a train terminal and a few properties. Now that we're done with the USD sales, let's look at the USD invested as well. Abdullah tops the list again with $434,000 worth of USD spent in the last 1 year. From my understanding, this is only the USD you've spent on purchasing properties and doesn't include anything like purchasing Spark or those special block explorers or terminal sales. So pretty much just properties. So that's Abdullah at $434,000. Then there's Sotpus at $147,000. Blockstone $95,000. Busterworth, at $92,000. Octavius is doing well as well. Now again, like always, I'm gonna search for my name first, and I've spent about $4,700, $4,800 in purchasing properties, which I think will seriously increase to $6,000, $7,000 by the end of the year if I don't stop. And let's check out a few popular folks again. So Loyal Doyle has spent $600 this year. That's interesting. And then Radishhead has spent $2,000. Again, pretty good. So that's how you do it. Since we are talking about the top investors, it makes sense to look at the top monthly earners as well. Abdullah is again at the top of the list with 35 million Upex monthly earnings. Basically, this man is earning 1 million Upex from passive earnings every day. And that's huge. Imagine what this person can do with 1 million Upex daily earnings. Next on the list is Dizzy Disky with 9 million Upex, And then I see a few names from the Boys Town node members like Big Nick, K Twice, Busterworth. They're all in the top 10, so very happy about that. And all of them have monthly earnings from 2.5 million Upex to 3.2 million Upex. I'm pretty sure if I scroll down the list, I'll see more familiar names from the Boys Town node. Let me just do that. So we've got Kevin the Man, 1.7, ranked 20. We've got Loki as well. Then we have Your Prince, TF Media, RD Pfeiffer, I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other name. Yeah, so all of them are in top 100. So congratulations, guys. So I'm gonna search for my name as well. So I've got 213,000 Upex monthly earnings, which is correct. One observation there, unlike upexland.me, which gives you the estimated monthly earnings basis the total mint price that you own, this one also includes the collection properties as well, like if you've got a collection boost. So this one is more accurate. I think if I open upexland.me, I'll probably see 150, 160, 170,000 Upex, which is incorrect. So if you want to look up monthly earnings of anybody, I would say Upland Optimizer is a better tool. Let's check out other people, starting with Invest for More. He's one of the YouTubers, goes by the name Mark Ferguson. He's got 69,000 Upex monthly earnings, ranked 1500. Speaking of YouTubers, let's also look at SSFTG. I think this is the name. He's got 135,000 monthly earnings. Then we've got Jas Mills. Jas Mills is basically the founding member of Century Citizens. That was his genesis idea, and he currently has 271,000 Upex monthly earnings and ranked 334. Let's also look at Loyal Doyle. He's got 2.3 million Upex monthly earnings and is ranked 11. Lastly, let's check out Shaktalin. She's again one of the leadership members in Century Citizens. She's got 143,000 Upex, almost 144,000 Upex monthly earnings. She's also a part of the Boys Town node. So yes, that's it. Next one is total property count. Abdullah is again topping the chart with 15,800 properties. Next up is TM with 15,400 properties. You know, if I compare it to the total monthly earnings, Abdullah is far ahead. And I guess that's probably because he's mostly investing in the unminted properties, the large unminted properties, and living off the collection bonus from them. I'll just search for my name again, and I've got 589 properties and I'm ranked 474. So my objective for this year would be to come in the 200, maybe 250 rank in most of these, like property count, maybe monthly earnings, and probably also Spark if I can do something there. But I'm pretty sure that that's going to be very tough. Moving away from all of that, let's look at a more relatable stat which most of us can connect with. That is the UPX sales in the last 1 year. Basically, all of the properties sold for UPX, this will be the total amount of those sales player wise. So Maddox is at number 1 with 292 million UPX worth of sales. Again, Maddox probably used some of that money to mint more properties, which they sold again. So it's kind of like a cycle, but to keep things simple, I'll say they made 292 million UPX from those sales. If I have to convert it into USDs, like if they wanted to cash out, maybe they were selling it at 70% or 80% below mint. That's again a rough assumption, but that's still like $200,000 worth in USD, and that's big. Next up is Octavius with 261 million UPX, Atomic Pop, and the top 100 users have sold properties for more than 34 million UPX, which is big again. So that's the potential we're looking at. Again, like always, I'm gonna search for my name. I got my name wrong, and I've sold properties for about 12.4 million UPX, which sounds right. That's how you do it. Similarly, I can look for other people as well. Loyal Doyle has sold properties for 52 million UPX. Radishhead has sold properties for almost 21 million UPX. And let's look at Mossy Jake again. 127 million Upex. For Mossy Jake, I think it's probably slightly inflated because Mossy Jake is the founder of Upex Spark Exchange as well. So some of these sales are probably more like a deposit for people who wanted to rent Spark. Before I wrap it up, I just wanted to look at the monthly numbers as well. So in the last 1 month, Mossy Jake is at top with 25 million Upex worth of sales. Again, probably most of it from the Upex Spark Exchange deposit. Next up is Quebec, again from House of Spark. So again, mostly from deposit sales. Then we've got Dairy TTV, Dizzy Disky, etc. etc. So the top 100 players have sold properties for more than 1.7 million Upex in the last 1 month. So things have slowed down a lot. People have not been able to make good sales, but there are still people who are making a lot of sales. So things are positive. And when probably if Rio is released next month, so this number is definitely gonna spike a bit. Before I wrap it up, I wanted to look at the NFT items as well. So we're starting with block explorers. What you do is you go to type, you select NFT count, and then in the category you can select the relevant category. I'm starting with block explorers and I hit search. So Thank Me Later is at the top with 231 explorers, followed by Megan Kalani with 178. And the top 100 players have at least 29 or maybe 28, it's hidden, explorers. The last one is Minhaj Nasser, again one of the YouTubers. He makes content in Hindi language. Like always, I'm gonna search for my name, but I think I have like 7. Yes, so I've got 7 explorers only and I'm ranked 896. Objective will be to get at least 20 explorers in total so that I can move my rank up a bit. Let's also look at Loyal Doyle like always. So Loyal Doyle has 62. I'm just out of curiosity, I'm going to look at Abdullah again because I didn't see Abdullah at the top this time. Abdullah has 30 explorers. So if I try really hard, I can probably beat Abdullah in this category. You can also search for a different name if you want. Moving on to the next one, we're looking at structures. So TM owns the most structures. These are basically buildings like apartments, townhouse, small townhouse, luxury ranch, some of the new ones as well. So 274 TM, 240 Ben 68 and 211 Abdullah. So I guess Abdullah is mostly building properties in Rancho Park in Los Angeles. For Ben 68, it's probably Midtown Terrace node that he owns. And not really sure where TM is, but I'm guessing Portage Park maybe. I'm gonna search for my name as well. So I own only 10 structures, which is sad. But I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to invest more into Boys Town node as well as the racetrack. And this number should probably increase to 20 by in probably 2 months or so. Maximum 2 months. My goal is to build everything in like 1 month. Let's see. Similarly, you can check other people like Musira. Musira has 33 properties and is ranked 125. Let's look at maybe Loyal Doyle because he had a Glenview node and a Rego Park node. He owns currently 59 properties, structures, and this will also probably go up a lot. Now we're looking at land vehicles, basically cars, vans, semi-trucks and trucks. The one on the top is MV Motors with 67 vehicles. Which is obvious because they own the car manufacturing factory and they're producing these cars to eventually transfer the ownership to the respective owners. Second on the list is K-Twice with 2 vehicles. One of them is the yellow Lambo, the Series 1R, which he won in the silent auction, the draft. And I'm very curious to know what's the second one and why did he buy another one, so I'll check that out. About K-Twice, he's also one of the founding members of Boys Town node. Very active there, has been helping other people out as well by staking his Spark or by renting Spark for them on House of Spark. So yeah, good man. He's also one of the founders of Upex.world along with Thank Me Later. If you don't know already, you can just go to Upex.world and check it out. It's basically a layer 2 platform for Upland metaverse, and I believe they're working with other metaverse platforms as well. So that's what they're working on, and if you want to join the Discord server, it's somewhere here, I believe this one. Sorry, not this one, it's this one. So just click the link and you can join the Discord server. I believe they're supposed to be launching sometime today or tomorrow, or at least like announce the launch. So keep an eye on that. Do join the Discord server and check it out. Then the rest of the folks have got only 1 vehicle, so that's pretty much it. I don't own one, so I'm just looking forward to the next sale where I can buy one. if I get lucky. Next up are NFLPA Legits. We're starting with Essentials, and Lucky here owns 16,700 Essentials, which is big. Next one is Megan Kalani with 9,700, then TM with 7,500, and then it slows down. So I believe most of them own one of the NFLPA Legit shops. So that's a really big commitment from their side. I'll just check out my name as well. So I have only 39 and my rank is 2431. So not doing very well, but yes, not bad either. Next one are Mementos. Mementos, Megan Kalani owns 717 of them, and then TM and JC. So you'll see the same names again and again because I believe most of them have NFLPA Legit shops, and that shows the kind of commitment they have toward NFLPA Legits. I also bought 2 of the 3-file Memento bundle packs, so I should be seeing my name as well somewhere here. So I have 6 Mementos and the rank is 297. There has been a big disapproval from many Upland users about the NFLPA Legits because they paid a lot more money back then to buy these Mementos and Essentials, and now the price was reduced. So they want to be somehow compensated for that. So I'm not really sure what Upland has in mind, but Upland does plan to compensate them. Second, there was some confusion because NFLPA partnered with another platform to set up their own NFLPA legit kind of thing as well. But regardless, Upland is still one of the partners as clarified by the Upland team. So maybe we do not have much to worry about there. We just have to make sure that the demand for NFLPA within Upland is fine, and anything which Upland is introducing next, like the NFLPA Legit collections and replicas and maybe autographs, etc., make really big. Upland should definitely invest more in the NFLPA Legits. You know, if someone has spent their time and money building the fan score for a particular team, they should get rewarded for that, right? In the future, maybe Upland could do something like this. For example, the top 3 users with the highest fan score get a chance to meet NFLPA ambassadors in real life. Or maybe the highest fan score user for each team get the free season pass for the next year. How cool would that be? Or maybe like smaller rewards for other people, like a free game pass or some of the NFL merchandise for free, etc. So that would be really cool, you know, like connecting the real world with the virtual world. That's the thing I'm looking at. Lastly, because we were talking about fan score, we're going to look at the NFLPA Legit fan points. Since it's a team-wise list, you might see repetition. For example, Megan Kalani here has 320,000 fan score for the Buccaneers and 260,000 fan score for Kansas City. I'm just quickly going to look up myself. So I have 4,000 fan score for the 49ers and 2,000 fan score for New England. And because my favorite team is New England, I would really want to develop my fan score to at least like 20,000 or 30,000 in the next 4 to 5 months. So that will be my personal goal here. Because very few people are into NFLPA Legits right now, I'm just gonna skip the individual searches and I'll just look through the top 10 results. So Megan Kalani is really topping the charts here. Then we've got Slide Lake, I Am Boom, TM, Lucky, etc. Although honestly I was expecting other names like Loyal Doyle, Big Nick, etc. as well, but I don't see them here, at least for now. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we've got Big Nick and Loyal Doyle as well. So that's it. If you really want to search for a particular team, you can just search for that name, for example, Tampa Bay, and you'll get the results for Tampa Bay. If you want to search for something else, you can do that as well. So that's the idea. That's all for today. If you want to see your rank, you can go to uplandoptimizer.com/data/leaderboards, or just go to Upland Optimizer, then click data and then leaderboards, and you'll get here. And then just search for a name and the respective type, and that's it. I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.